Hello, I'm Travis with Holly Park Apartments, and I wanted to thank you for choosing Holly Park as your future apartment. The purpose of this video is to walk you through our application process. The first thing you want to do is make sure all of your research is completed. This includes touring the property, viewing our social media, and checking our YouTube channel. Feel free to reach out to us and ask any questions you can't easily find answers to. You can call us at 330-678-0823, stop by in person, or direct message us on our social media profiles and website. Once you are sure you want to live at Holly Park, complete our Google Form application request. Only one person for the apartment needs to complete the form as it collects all the roommate details for us. Some things we want to point out about this form. We limit the number of tenants that can live in our apartments. 2-bedroom units can support up to 3 people, while 3-bedroom units can support up to 4, which is why you can only input enough information for 4 tenants. If you have a large group of friends you want to live with, simply write in the notes at the bottom of the Google form people you want to live with, and we will do our best to make you all neighbors. If you are an individual and want a 2 or 3 bedroom to yourself, you are welcome to rent the entire apartment, but you will be expected to pay the full apartment rent yourself. We are also co-ed, which means you can live with anyone, whoever you'd like to. We also house to non-students as well. You may have noticed that the form asks for guarantor information. Common questions we get at this point are, what is a guarantor and do I need one? A guarantor is someone who promises to pay for any debt tenants leave behind, such as back due rent. Guarantors can be parents, other close family members, or people who trust you. Please note that our leases are joint liability and everybody in the lease is treated as one person to us, which is why we require everyone to bring a cosigner to spread liability across all individuals. Guarantors that qualify can agree to cosign for roommates that can't find a guarantor of their own, but will need to understand the increased risk of liability. As for questions of if you need a guarantor, yes, most of the time you need one. To continue without a guarantor, everyone in the apartment must be over 21, earn 3 times rent, and have an established credit score. Your guarantors must meet the same requirements and can't be Holly Park residents. If you are over 21, earn 3 times rent, but do not have a credit history, we do have the option to collect a full month of rent as your deposit. Credit checks are hard inquiries for guarantors and soft inquiries for tenants. Make sure you communicate with your guarantor and make sure Holly Park is the absolute only choice to avoid multiple hits on credit reports, as they do have an impact on credit score, which is 1 to 2 points. Something unique Holly Park does is allowing you to select your preferred move-in date. You'll notice the dates are set for the week before school starts, all the way up to the day before school starts. We use what is called a prorate, which basically means you are charged for the days you're in the apartment. An example of this would be if you move in August 15th, we would calculate the per day rate and charge you from the 15th through the 31st of August. Basically, the later you move in, the less you pay in September, which is when we collect the prorate. It is in our interest to move you in as soon as possible to collect more rent, but it is also in our interest to move you into an apartment that is ready. We also want you to consider that a storage locker is an affordable option, as they typically cost about $60 a month versus $30 a day for an apartment. Tenants should also use this to plan time off for families to help with move-in months in advance rather than the week of. We also want to stress that we try our best to make your preferences happen, but we can't always be successful. Our goal is to move you into an apartment that is ready for your move-in date. If that means we can't get you a 3rd floor apartment, but you must be in on the desired date, you'll get a 2nd floor apartment. The sooner you apply, complete your application, pay your fees, the more likely we can meet your request, as time and completeness determine tie-breaking situations. Once the form is complete, we will then invite you to a DocuSign transaction room within a business day. DocuSign is a secure and encrypted means of completing applications and authenticating signatures. Your room will have a T number, which is what we use to track you through the application process. Please try to remember your T number when you call, or have questions so we can pull up your file quickly. We also like DocuSign for several other reasons over paper scans. First is that the process is paperless. Once you finish signing, the system automatically notifies us of completion. DocuSign is also more secure than email, and finally, DocuSign applications are preferred because we don't have to try to decipher handwritten applications. Once your application is completed through DocuSign, begin paying your fee package. Each tenant pays a $50 application fee, part of a $100 administration fee, and a security deposit that depends on your room type. 2-bedroom apartments have a security deposit of $300, while 3-bedroom apartments have a security deposit of $400. Check our website at the time of application for any specials we are running. Let's go through each floor plan's fee package. Assuming you and a friend want to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, there are 2 application fees equaling $100 total, and then an administration fee of $100. And finally, your security deposit with qualifying co-signers is $300. In all, the apartment is expected to pay $500 between 2 tenants. We recommend this fee package is split evenly, which means each tenant should be paying $250. If you add a third person to the lease and want to keep the 2-bedroom apartment, you'd be paying the extra application fee. So $150 for 3 tenants in a 2-bedroom apartment split evenly would equal $183.33 each. So you and 2 other friends want to rent a 3-bedroom apartment. There are 3 application fees totaling $150 total, and then an administration fee, and then a $400 security deposit for the apartment with qualifying co-signers. In all, the apartment would pay $650. Split evenly between 3 people, each person would be paying $216.67. If you have a 4th person, you would simply add another application fee and then split evenly, which equals $175 each. To make payments, check out our Zago video here. Depending on how fast we are, you may get your lease before your fees are paid. You will see a T number in the subject, and then you'll see an F number. The F number is an internal tracking number for us, which you will never need to remember. If you see F fees unpaid, that means your fees are either not paid or are not entered into the system yet. Even after your fees are paid, this subject will not change even after you move in. If you are denied for any reason, such as having a criminal background, we will refund everything except the application fee. If, however, you cancel your application, you will not be getting a refund, but will also not be bound to a lease agreement. While you are working on your payments, we'll be working on processing and sending your lease agreement. You won't hear from us prompting you to complete each step, as we expect you to have watched this video telling you what to do. It can take us some time to get applications processed and sent depending on what is happening in the office, such as renewal processing. If you do hear from us, that means there is something that needs your attention, like a guarantor problem. We also give time for issues to be resolved. If, however, you are unresponsive to our prompts, we will give your spot to someone and close your file. Lease signing is the second to last step of the application process. We will designate one guarantor as the first signer of the lease agreement. Once they sign, the lease is sent to the remaining guarantors and tenants. Guarantors will sign the co-signer agreement, and tenants will be initialing the bottom of every page to ensure the document is properly read and reviewed. Closer to your move-in date, we will open the document for actual signing. We want our lease to be as understandable as possible, and we have made a YouTube video walking through every clause of the lease packet. You can find that video here. The final item left in the application process after the lease has been sent and reviewed is to pay first month's rent, which is September's full month rent payment made in August. Rent is always due the first of every month. While your move-in day may be the 15th, we want to make sure there is no confusion on when rent is due. Do not pay your first month's of rent until your lease is set to initiate, which for most new leases will be August 1st. We flip the first 2 months of rent collection around so you have solid numbers of what you should be paying for August and September. That is everything we can think of our application process. If we missed something, please let us know in the comments below. We look forward to housing you.